The power struggle between the Brotherhood and the Saints is pure brutality. The relationship between the boss and Maro was always a bit complicated. You scar his face with toxic waste, he tortures the guy that risked his life to save you. You trick him into crushing his girlfriend to death, and, well, it's pretty much all downhill for Maro from there. But having just gained the upper hand by hijacking a shipment of weapons belonging to the Brotherhood, the boss decides it's time to add injury to insult and use the Brotherhood's own weapons to take them out once and for all. This leads into the penultimate Brotherhood mission, known as the Siege. We're starting off this mission with 2 homies to help us out, but since I've only unlocked the ability to have 1, this other guy is just going to be standing here. But that's okay. When we arrive at the docks, we have a backup crew waiting for us. These guys are packing serious heat, and together we're going to take on the Brotherhood and... Oh. Okay, never mind. We're doing this alone. For this beginning half of the mission, we have to infiltrate the Brotherhood's hideout and take out 10 gang lieutenants. 2 of them are camping on rooftops wielding RPGs, the rest are on ground patrol throughout the docks, buying back up enough time to hit you with a full force assault as you try and navigate your way around piles of splintered lumber, rusty barrels, and drainage pipes. But if you find yourself getting overwhelmed at all this chaos closing in on you, much like when your daddy gets drunk, it's better to just ignore it. Standing around and fighting these guys off is not the best idea. For this mission, you really need to keep the objective in mind and kill the lieutenants as fast as possible. As you can see, things can get pretty spicy out here, and the longer we wait, the worse it'll get. Since the beginning of the mission, our notoriety level has actually been locked on a timer that steadily increases it, ensuring that the Brotherhood get increasingly hostile even if we don't do anything. For this reason, it's a good idea to rush to the docks as fast as possible once the mission starts. Better yet, if you wanted to buy yourself some extra time to traverse the docks, you could make a stop at Forgive and Forget, and that will reset your notoriety growth timer. However, you have to make sure you've hit max notoriety first, otherwise the leaders of Philosophology will just keep taking your money. Once you do reset it though, you can rush over to the docks and pretty much take out every lieutenant without there being much of a fight. And trust me, you'll really want to get this ground section over with as quick as possible, or you'll be stuck in this chaotic hell. But speaking of quick, I think it's time for another one of Flippy's amazing speedrun techniques. Okay, so we know this guy on the roof with an RPG is going to be targeting you and your friends. But if you're quick enough and you drift right into this position on the ramp, his missile will actually clip the roof and he'll blow himself up. Thanks to this speedrun technique, you can save about 3.5 frames. But we're not done yet. It turns out by having this guy kill himself, it completely resets the notoriety timer. Take that, Philosophology. And now we have more than enough time to take out the Brotherhood. They won't even react. And with that, the optimized path you take is going to look something like this. Around here, if you position yourself just right, and if you're extremely lucky, the second RPG guy will do the exact same thing the first one did. It mostly depends on if his AI decided he should crouch for the shot or not. Oh, isn't Saints Row fun? But we're not here to trick poor AI into killing themselves. We're here to take down the leader of these suicidal misfits. And so we now must enter their main hideout, where things become significantly easier as all we have to do is fight through a linear path to the rooftop. The warehouse has 6 floors you've got to navigate through with hordes of enemies lurking around every corner. It's a pretty cool hideout, not gonna lie. Got a pool table, some other junk. The Brotherhood might not have a sophisticated setup like the Sons of Samdi, but their grow operation is rock solid. No really, what the hell are these things made out of? The bud density is insane. Who knew the Brotherhood had such high quality dank? Ah well, getting distracted by weird props with static collisions is just another one of Maro's tricks. We must continue our climb to the top. Alright, well I mean we had a K6 Gruvkopf, but for this tiny scripted sequence they give us an AR-50 instead. That wasn't even in the shipment of weapons we hijacked. This makes no sense. Ah well, just yet another one of Maro's evil tricks. So Maro has a minigun, and he's going to be shooting nearly non-stop at us while our only means of cover are these pad-mounted transformers. The problem is they'll explode if they take too much damage, so we can't rely on them for very long. We have 8 transformers we can hide behind, but even if he destroys every one, we can retreat and take shelter on this lower platform near the caved-in area of the roof, shooting at him with a McManus if we're really desperate. But doing so will spawn 4 Brotherhood members that attack you from both sides, and if you're not paying attention to that, you'll be dead before you know it. On the other hand, if we get too close to him, he'll actually switch from the minigun to satchel charges, which is an almost guaranteed death if one catches you. This really keeps the pressure on, resulting in a pretty intense boss battle. The only time we have to really fight back directly is when Maro stops to reload his minigun. On hardcore, Maro is one tough son of a bitch. He just ate 3 rockets like it was nothing. so we're going to need something that packs a bigger punch. It's time for the real battle. Let's go hijack ourselves an airplane. So how I got this idea was out of curiosity. I found out we can just walk back the way we came. The door doesn't shut and lock you on the roof, enemies don't spawn to stop you, there's no return to the battle prompt. We can actually just jump down floor to floor, carefully landing on the pipes, navigating our way down until we reach the bottom. We can even play basketball down here, it's really nice. But as fun as it is to backtrack and scale down the pipes, escaping Maro is actually way simpler than that. Yeah, I kinda thought I was doing a clever glitch at first, but nope. You can actually just jump off the side of the damn building, leaving Maro sitting up there.
Blasting his thick form load away at nothing.
Yeah, I guess Volition thought the high notoriety was enough to just make this ground a death zone. Or maybe they just didn't care what an extremely bored player like myself would be doing down here. In our case, we have an objective. Fly a plane into Maro's ass. Our destination is the airport, and I'm making the big brain decision to swim directly there. The Brotherhood might fancy themselves as mechanics, but they aren't exactly known for their water sports. It's definitely slower, but driving all the way to the airport at max notoriety is a real bitch. It's a long drive to the airport, especially with these angry tattooed furries chasing us. And unless we get lucky, we'll be switching out vehicles periodically until we get there. Yeah. But eventually when we get to the airport, we're going to be looking around the south side of the terminal for the planes. And not just for a wimpy old barnstormer, no. We want to do airplane bombings like the pros do. We want the Snipes 57 passenger jet. Classy. But there is a bit of an issue, because sometimes it spawns, and sometimes it doesn't. Like right here, it didn't spawn, and I'm being chased by some very angry Brotherhood grunts. They're a relentless bunch, I'll give them that. For all they know, we're just trying to take a jet out of Stillwater. Maro can have it. Though I guess after crushing his girlfriend and maiming his best friend, the initial offer of 20% is off the table. But yeah, the plane spawning thing is a bit of a gamble. If it's there, you have to hope that the Brotherhood don't kill you before you have a chance to take off. If it's not there, you'll have to drive in big circles until the game deems you worthy enough for a chance. I'm not gonna lie, this entire thing is kind of stupid. But that's not the attitude that makes miracles happen. We need to... I don't know. Fuck. But once we take flight, we can breathe easy. The hard part is over. We fly back to Maro, and with careful aim, we... kill Maro with an airplane. Okay, that's fine. We can restart from the checkpoint and swim back to the airport. It's gonna take a couple of minutes, but once we get over there, we have to fight and hijack another airplane, but that's okay. It's going to take like 20 minutes, but we're gonna get there. Once again, we line ourselves up and... Okay, fuck. Okay, not a problem, just gotta once again swim back to the airport, hijack another plane. This is going to make the video look so great, not in any way a convoluted waste of time. It's going to make me look so cool if I can pull this off. Fuck. Okay, well, at least we survived. I mean, our sanity is permanently damaged. I'm probably going to add a mind break tag for this video anyway. Finally accepting that all hope is lost, and that the Industrial Revolution and its consequences have been a disaster for the human race. Since birth, we've been conditioned into slaves of the... Wait. Is that a boat? Okay, new strategy. Take the fucking boat to the airport, of course. Well, now that we have the new boat strat to save us 5 minutes, our determination is restored, and we can get this over with once and for all. Well, I would say that felt satisfying, but I'm so numb I'm just glad it's over. Or is it? You think we're just gonna stop there? It's time for some bonus kills!
Rock me, baby.
Okay, so Maro looks like a pretty tough guy, but how tough is he really? Forget the weapons and the planes, let's settle this like men and have a hand-to-hand fight to the death. Well, unsurprisingly, Maro is pretty stacked. He can't be knocked down or grabbed, and in his default state, he's basically an aimbot with his minigun. In order to even fight him, we have to do a small glitch first. If you stand near the edge of the roof, there's a chance he'll switch to an unarmed state as he tries to throw satchel charges. It's kind of risky because if he doesn't actually break out of the cycle, yeah, you're screwed. But with Maro now unarmed, we can get back to the real challenge of fisting him to death. And I hate to say it, but all that training was for nothing. Our punches are pretty ineffective and Maro can easily knock the boss down, so we'll need to outsmart him, which is pretty easy to do. Brain over brawn after all. If you can position him behind these vents, he'll get stuck and just start cycling through a few taunts. 15 minutes of raw fisting later, and we've defeated Maro. Bonus kill 2. You don't have to do a fancy trick shot with the plane. In fact, you could just aloha snack bar right into him. You'll die of course, but since you took out Maro as well, the mission success flag will still trigger and will go right to the mission complete screen. There is a little side effect bug that comes with this though. Since we never watched the victory cutscene, it never got added to our cutscene viewer. Thankfully, this doesn't bug our save game. If we replay the mission and see the cutscene from there, it will get added to our cinematics collection. Bonus kill 3. You could just land a helicopter on him. No need to blow anything up. In fact, if you really wanted to play it safe, you could fly a helicopter, or in our case a UFO, onto the roof, start the Maro fight sequence, and now the UFO is locked into the game state. We can die, reset the mission, and it'll stay in place. So if we screw up and kill ourselves, we're already prepared for another attempt. In fact, we could have probably just done this to fly to the airport. Just, never mind, don't think about it. Bonus kill 4. If you didn't kill Maro by crashing the plane into him, there's a chance that when you restart the checkpoint, the plane debris will land right where he spawns and he'll die instantly. Oh, isn't Saints Row fun? Well, you did it. You stuck around and watched me kill Maro with an airplane, along with all sorts of other wacky ways. It was a pretty epic battle, and rightfully so. Defeating Maro leads into one of the most epic cutscenes in Saints Row 2. So why not close out this video by watching the making of this very cutscene. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
The shooting stopped. You think it's over?
Your little buddy screamed like a bitch when we trussed him up. How about you, bitch? You gonna scream?
Yeah! Maro, get out of here! Get in, man!
Oh, to hell with boats. I'm taking a plane from now on.